My name is Alec Yates. I'm the author of The Flashlight Time Machine. I'm a teacher assistant. I work with autistic children at a school in Lower Manhattan. And I was born and raised in Manhattan. Basically been working with children for, I guess, a few years now. And I'm also an artist, do a lot of paintings, mostly sketches right now. Work with all medias, pencil, watercolors. And I also was in the silkscreen industry for a long period of time. I attended the School of Visual Arts, and my major there was illustration. That's the first time I actually thought about being an author of a children's book. So I went home that night, and I thought of an idea of a children's book. At the time, the title was different. It was The Magic Flashlight, and the story was different as well. So after I graduated, I decided to upgrade the book, gave it a different name and a better story. Basically, the story is about 4 kids who are coming home from school. One kid sees an abandoned building across the street, and he just decides to hey guys, let's go over there and just check it out. So they all go over to the abandoned building. They look around, and some of them decide to go upstairs. So they all go upstairs, and they see a huge trunk. And the trunk is covered with this huge, heavy canvas. And so they all join together, pull the canvas off, and they all join together again to push the top of the trunk up so they can go inside and see what's inside. So they looked inside and saw all these documents. They had a lot of writings on them, and start going dig deep and find out what's really in the trunk besides just documents. So they saw a piece of metal that was showing through the documents, and one of the kids pushed all the documents away, got to that piece of metal, pulled it out, and they saw it was a flashlight. They looked at it closer, and they saw they had 3 windows. 1 window for the month, 1 window for the day, 1 window for the year. And they realized that on some of the documents, they had a date, May 5th, 1925. They started fooling around with the flashlight, and they was looking for the on button. And they was asking each other, why would a flashlight be in a trunk with all these documents in it? They started looking at the flashlight and trying to figure out where you turn it on. So one of the kids found the button to turn it on. But before they did that, they put in the date. The month was May, the day, the 5th, the year 1925. So just for the heck of it, they put it in, and they turned on the flashlight. And it started to shake a little bit because it had so much power, I guess. And the light showed up on the wall, and all of a sudden an image started to appear. And within that image, there were people, cars, things were moving around into the image. They were so surprised to see this that they couldn't believe their eyes. So they held it there, and they was trying to figure out how could this be. So one of the kids got closer to it and started putting their hand through the image, and it actually went through the wall. And one of the kids was like, wait a minute, this is not just a light or image, this is a portal to the past. The process of going from creating the book to the publishers went kind of smooth. When AuthorCentrix came about, as I said before, they called me about 3 or 4 times. I said no. So I called them back, and that's when we started talking about the idea of getting my book published and get it out there so everybody can read it and enjoy the book. Yeah, I think having a book is always interesting to have. Especially nowadays, it's kind of difficult to have someone read a book as opposed to being on their cell phones, texting and all that, if they have like a book, like for instance, years ago, or not too long ago, J.K. Rowling came up with the idea of doing Harry Potter. So her book was so interesting that everybody was buying them. I like it to be the same thing with not just myself, but with other authors as well, trying to get books out there for people to read. Not just on a tablet or iPad or a Kindle, but actually holding an actual book and turn the page and read each page.